Okay, so you have your factory built. However, how do I integrate a chimney into the build, and how do I integrate the build within the terrain? Well, in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can turn this building into this building. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can integrate a certain chimney into a building, how you can integrate the building within the terrain and the pathway, as well as some interior tips such as storage, a place to sleep, an enchanting table, as well as your furnaces, and a little cart that trambles along your ceiling. And so, the first part that we're going to be doing today is the integrating. So, what we're going to start with is we're going to integrate a chimney into the already built building. Now, this is a pretty small building, but it's also pretty tall. So, I think we should use two tiny chimneys at the back. So, if we go all the way to the back, you see we have this wall with windows. Now, the wall itself I will do in a minute. However, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to figure out the positions of my two chimneys. So I think I'm going to build one right here and right there. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to basically map it out. And then I will look at the front and say if it's fine. Yep, that looks great. Okay, so I'm going to use my two small chimneys that I built in the how to build your own factory tutorial, and I'm going to build two of them right here. So in case you missed it, I'm going to skip the bottom parts. I'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to do the top part of the chimney. So in case you didn't see it, I'll do it right here. We want to place granite blocks in a sort of star shape, and then normal granite, and then polished again, and then normal again. Then get two walls and then finish it all around. Get your slabs, normal granite slabs, placed on all of the walls. Then get polished granite, put it in the middle, one normal and then one polished again. Then get your walls, build up 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then at the top we want to place some polished blocks with the granite wall. And then obviously we look for our campfire and put that in. And that is one of our chimneys done. So now we're going to move on to the second one. Again, in the middle, and that is the top part of the two chimneys done. So from the front, your build is going to look like this, which it looks good. However, we have a small issue, and that's this. Now, this is where integrating comes into play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these into the wall. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to take out the wall, at least the windows, from this part of the entire building. I'm going to leave the first window, but I'm going to take out everything over here and just going to make a singular line, get rid of the glass, of the granite. Now, we have a bit of space to play with. So, I'm going to take out this top part of the roof as well. And I think we should just start with going down 2 blocks on either side. And then filling that in with granite, and I'm going to fill that in over there for now. I might change it later, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process that I do to integrate this within the building. So we now have this. I'm going to extend it by one more block because that looks like the correct length. There we go, and then on all of these. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to magically combine my chimney. So I want to place a stair in the middle with a granite block, and I need my wall with a slab on top, I think. Let's make that a polished slab, actually. Yes, okay. I think we're going to build outwards a bit. Yes, outward like that. And then bring that all the way down. Bring this all the way down over here, and then fill that in, and then at the bottom I am thinking, yeah, just more granite for now. I'm going to do that on the other side as well, and put that all the way down with granite. Filled that in. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna do an entire line of granite and just making 3 blocks like this, and let's fill this in with polished granite blocks. Yes, I think that's a good move. And then 2 walls on either side. Already followed that with a slab on top because I like to do that. And then in the middle I'm gonna place a stair right there with some walls in the middle and fill this in with normal granite. And let's see how this looks. It looks great. And there you go. That's how I usually build the bottom side of a chimney into my wall. What I do is I make a sort of slope going downwards, going wider the further you go down, because that's how they used to do it with the real factories back in the 1800s. However, now we have the small issue in which we have a missing wall. However, I can see some symmetry in here that I can complete again, so I'm gonna place the stairs there, the walls back, and then our glass panes. So now it's symmetrical and the chimneys fit in the wall. So that is the integrating of our chimneys complete. Okay, so now that our chimneys are done, I think we're going to do some integrating into the terrain, because currently our building looks like it's been plopped here and the terrain, it's completely normal. It doesn't quite fit in yet. So there's a few options you can do there. What I like to do is I need a shovel. There we go. I either get a shovel and go all the way around and shovel it a bit so the grass looks a bit dead. However, you can also mix in a bit of grey stones, which is what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so the first step to this is by punching out a bit of terrain that is going to be our like our dead stones and stuff. I already got the stones ready in one of my hotbar slots. So, but first we're gonna punch out the grass. So I'm gonna do the front on camera and then I'll speed up the rest. First off, make sure you have a 2x2 area around the building. That's the main part. You need that minimum. Then just start out punching random blocks along the side, which will look like it's slowly spreading. There you go. And for the pathway, I'll do that later on. But yes, this is what we are aiming for the entirety around the building. So now I'm going to do the other corners, and it will be sped up in the video and in a sort of a time lapse. So I will see you guys when I have completed this. Okay, that is the entirety of the building basically just punched out now. So, now I'm gonna get my blocks, which are right here. I also picked up some dead coral, because that will look like plants have been there, but they died because of the pollution of the factory. So, the way I randomize blocks is very simple. First off, I place a few of the first block random locations of the place that you have built. So you go around the entire building with what I'm now using, stone, to just mix that in with the ground. There you go. And then you grab the second block and do exactly the same. So you go along and just fill in some random gaps of the terrain and just do that for the entire building. And then grab your next block and do the exact same again. And I want you to do this until your entire place around the factory is completely filled with grey-ish blocks. I'll talk to you about block pallets in a minute, but I'm going to fill this out. The video is going to be sped up again. And once it's complete, we'll move on to the dead coral. And there we go. Those are all of our grey blocks distributed. Now, currently I see some spots that are not quite the way I wanted. So what you can do is you can go around and square to the spots where are a lot of grey blocks, or a lot of grass blocks, or any block that is made of the terrain. I recommend you go back there and just make it a bit bigger, so that the terrain looks a lot more, what do we call it? A lot more spaced out. For example, there's this random glass block in the middle of this stone area. Just place a grey block in there. It just makes it look so much better. Over here as well. Just the tiny. Oh no, that's the wrong block. Just these tiny little details that just make it look a little better. It makes it just a little bit better, and it just functions a lot better, and that's my tip for that. So now we're going to move on to our dead coral, which this is just very easy. Just grab a few of the coral blocks you have and just dot them around the build here and there. It's not too hard, just place them here and there. Make sure you alter them enough so you have a lot of different coral around. And those are the dead coral placed around. They look like dead plants now, and that is the integration within the terrain. Now all we have to do is build a pathway, which is just that's simpler. If I just wrong button, I'm just gonna grab some dirt here, dirt and rooted dirt and coarse dirt, maybe some path blocks. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first off fill this in. Oh, there goes my door, and just punch out a pathway where you want. There goes my door again. Where you want the pathway to be, and just fill it in a bit here and there with the random blocks you had. That won't work. The door can't be placed on. Yeah, I figured much. There you go. Just place some random blocks here and there. It'll be fine, as long as you just mix and match and just integrate it a bit using the different blocks. And that looks a bit weird. There you go. Just in the center, I recommend you do pathway, and around the outskirts, I recommend you start using more dirt and stuff like that, so it looks like the part in the middle is most used, and then around it you get the dirt. So that is your pathway, also integrated within our building. So now that our integrating is done, we are going to move on to interior, which is a bit more of a tricky part, but I think I can get you guys through it. So we're going to start with assessing what we have. So we have this big space, and we already increased our space with our chimneys. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to remove those blocks from the wall, and I'm going to extend the floor right here. There we go, which is already extra space. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to start with our furnaces and crafting tables and such, which usually I would place with the chimneys because it makes logical sense. However, I have another idea for the chimneys, so I'm going to place our furnaces and everything over here. So get 2 furnaces, 2 blast furnaces, maybe a smoker and a crafting table. Place a flower pot with the azalea in it. Yeah, I think maybe put it over there. Oop, that's my wall. Normal block, I think. Oh no, never mind. I remembered. Okay, good. Yes. If I remember, that's not the correct button. Yeah. Okay. Back to building. Yeah, just place an azalea in there, and that will do for now. I usually don't spend that much time on smokers and stuff like that. But, however, I was thinking our storage system could go in here. So, if I can get my chests out, here they are. I'm gonna design this so that I have multiple slots of space. So, like that. There we go. That's our sort of roof support system. And you know what? I'm going to place for our lighting some andesite walls, which lighting can be integrated very easy as well. Just place it in situations where you could see them or you cannot. For example, these lanterns, I'm placing them behind the chests. You don't see them, but you also do. Like, it's not very noticeable, but you do get extra light, which is handy, especially because we have this big space to lit up for monsters. So that is my first tip. Just put lighting wherever you can. If you have an option for lighting, just place it there. Now, I am noticing that I need some upside down stairs. And there we go. And just fill that in with normal blocks. And yeah, that should be... I'm going to make these granite for extra detail. And that is our storage system complete. If you want, you can place, obviously, item frames or signs on the chest to show what you want. But I think that this is how it's supposed to look. Now I'm going to move on to our sleeping place. The place where we're going to sleep. So I'm thinking a sort of bunk idea. So I'm going to place slabs all the way across here. Logs so that it does look supported. That looks like it should be hung, so I'm going to get my chains, which I have here. Instead of making them blocks, I'm going to make those chains, so that it looks like it's actually hung from the ceiling. What else can we do? Place a lantern on top of here and here. Remember, place lighting where you can. Actually, I'm going to place that there and a lantern on top of that. We need a ladder, I just thought of. What do we... I have an idea. Okay, I'm going to extend this and then bring it upwards. Fill that in with chains, actually. Like that. Then I'm going to get a fence gate. There we go. Fence gate. And I'm going to place a lantern on top of that. I am going to complete this along. Fill that in with slabs. And I need a ladder. That's an H, not on... Oh, that's completely the other side of my keyboard. That's okay. I'm just going to find it in my building blocks section. Or was it in colored? No, definitely not. They redesigned this entire thing. Okay. Here it is. Ladder. Right, build that all the way up. So now we have a way to get up to our bed. And I am going to place a ender chest up here, because everybody needs an ender chest. So that is your sleeping area complete, and now that we've created that, I see an option underneath to create an enchanting table area. So what I like to do is I place the enchanting table in the middle, and we're going to surround it with books all the way across, and make it sort of higher over here. Get this done, so now it looks a bit uneven. Then I want to get a chest for our lapis, and I need a grindstone, just in case you need to grind off some enchantments you already have. And should that be level 30? I do not have anything to check, but that should be level 30. And that is your enchantment table complete. Now, I think that in the middle, we could use a carpet, which, once again, is a perfect opportunity for you to light the way. So I'm gonna get glowstone and put it in the floor, make it go all the way to the back, and just fill that on top of carpet. Red carpet, personally, because I think that looks grand and it makes your house look big. So that is our carpet. I'm gonna make it in a V shape. There we go. And that is that part of the interior done. Now, what I used to do, I don't know if you have enough space, but we can definitely try, is I had a minecart going all the way around here, which I think is possible, so probably be able to build it here so that the rails can actually go on top. So I'm going to build my circle again, go all the way across, over here, that's one too close, here, there we go. Okay, in the middle, I'm going to place these slabs. There we go, perfect. And I'm going to place a fence on top of every single one of them. And then I'm going to hang that from the top with chains. so that it looks like it's hung from the ceiling. There we go. Now I'm going to get our rails in. I'm going to place powered rails wherever I can. So these are all going to be powered, these and these. And then I'm going to fill in the corners, obviously, with normal rails. There we go. Now, for ways to power them, it's very easy. Just integrate, once again, the torches within the building. Luckily, we have these. However, now I've noticed that we don't have enough space for torches over here. So I'm just going to replace these with normal rails. The cart should be able to make it. That should be fine. I'm going to get a chest cart because it looks the best. I'm going to push it. And there we go. Now we have a little cart riding around the place. So when you just walk inside, you just see that cart in the ceiling, just trampling along. Now, in the middle, I think we have space for a sort of chandelier. Let's see here. Get a spruce fence, place it on all of the corners. Chandelier is very easy to make. You just build a cross out of fences and just hang lanterns from the thing. I'm going to place it one higher so that we can place a lantern in the middle. Usually it'd be the other way around, but actually, yes, let's make it the other way around. Let's get some lanterns all the way across, and then a chain in the middle for our final lantern underneath. And that is a chandelier in the middle. And as you can see, the entire base is currently filled out, and there are many other options you can do. For example, you can build a little desk with a flower pot on top with, for example, another azalea, or you could build some candles, if I can find them in our decoration blocks, which they removed. Candles, they will not be in there, they won't be in there. Functional blocks, here they are. Candles, there we go. Just place 3 of them, for example, and you would light them, but I don't have a flint steel right now, but you could build tiny things that just spruce up the base and just make it look great, and just it makes it come together. So now that we've filled in our base, that is our interior. The tips I give you, just whenever you make something functional, for example, a storage system, design something that integrates it within the build. I didn't do that for the furnaces, however, I usually just put them in a row because they're functional, and just like the chest, they're functional, but what I could do is I could make a little, what do you call it, those things that everybody has in their kitchen to take the fumes out. I can do that simply by just making a little andesite thing go to the top, and that would just suck it out, and that looks 10 times improved. So it's the tiny things that make it better. Just integrate. That's all I have to tell you. For example, your enchanting table goes underneath your bed, and make an entire support system for your storage chests, or make one of these suction things that I still don't know the name of to suck out the fumes of the furnaces you have. And a carpet in the middle just already makes a big difference. It just fills out the room a lot quicker, and when you have extra space, just put something fun in there, like trambling minecarts across your ceiling. So those are all the tips I have to give you, and I do hope that you actually enjoyed this tutorial and that you actually find it useful. And yeah, I hope to upload multiple more videos in the future. I hope to help you with your factories, and if you have any other questions, you can leave that in the comments below. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial or video or whatever we upload. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye. See you. Bye-bye.